Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk through my experience of buying a house. I am going to be doing an updated house tour soon when everything comes together, but I'll explain why it is taking so long. So to start off with, me and my partner were looking for a house. Well, we weren't even meant to be looking until next year, but my mum and her partner started looking at new houses, like brand new builds. So we just went along, had a little look at like the 2-3 beds in our price range, and we came to this complex where we are now, and it was so much more cheaper than everywhere else. So and we hadn't even seen a showroom, so we just went in the deep end and put our names down for it. So the whole process was very difficult because I was in between jobs, so the mortgage companies were like, oh, I should have been enough, no. In conclusion, it came to us going backwards and forwards with the mortgage people, to a point at one point I thought we had to pull out because this is so bloody difficult. It shouldn't be this stressful on my first experience buying a house. However, it turns out we had to just put more deposit down, which is fine. We have gone for the 5% government scheme, which is where we put 5% deposit down instead of 10% like normal houses, and the government give 20%, so technically they've put 25% deposit down, which makes the mortgage come down more and the bills come down dramatically. However, in 5 or 6 years we have to pay all of it back. So on our case we've lent 35 grand, I think it is, we've borrowed. So in 5 years we have to pay all that back. Otherwise it goes on to our mortgage and gains interest, which could be a hell of a lot more. So happy days, we then got the house after a long hard process. We didn't go for any upgrades in the house. We didn't have them turf the garden, we didn't have like fridges and freezers already integrated. The garden, I'd wish I had paid them to do it. However, our decision not to get the upgrades was, the only thing we're going to have was the garden. But the only reason we didn't have any upgrades is because we weren't set on having the house at that time when they were asking for all the upgrades. We weren't allowed the money back if we'd lost the house, which was a little bit unfair on our half. So we didn't want to put money down and then lose it potentially. So we first put our name down in March, and March gone, and obviously we moved in the house on August, so it's been a long hard process. Obviously the house was being built at that time, and obviously they had a long, I think it was about a month they went off from building because obviously all the coronavirus came everything to a stop basically. But they started carry on end of July, I think they carried on, I think, something like that. There were only 5 houses that have been let off and for people to move into in our complex. They're building the rest, which is a bit of a nightmare because we haven't got any proper roads, we haven't got any proper paths. However, we moved in August, but we ordered our sofa in July. It still has not arrived. We were told 10 weeks, which was the end of September. We are still going through a process of it not arriving, so that's great. I need to sneeze. Bless me. The bed scenario, oh, basically, it was due, we ordered it in August, it was due to be delivered last week, I believe. They rang me two days before the delivery date and said, your bed has now been pushed back till the end of November. So I said, I'll hit the roof. I went off on one. And I went into the store, said, you can cancel your order. I don't want it. I want the money back. I want a full refund right now. So they did that, cancelled the order, got a full refund, came within 3 to 5 days. I then went to another shop and ordered a bed, base, mattress, everything. The base has already come. This was the last week we ordered this. And I said, I need a bed ASAP because I've been let down by a very big company. Not going to name names. And the base has come. However, the mattress that I've picked, because it's such a popular mattress, that's going to take 3 to 4 weeks, which is fine because it comes earlier than the original bed anyway. So I wouldn't have had to wait any longer. So we've got the base, but we're still living in the other bedroom at the minute on a smaller bed, which is horrible. With the garden, because obviously we've got the Sadie, I wanted the garden doing ASAP. We were let down by a gentleman that kept coming up with excuses, and it was just ragging me off. And I wasn't bothered about having a garden, but I needed at least grass because of Sadie, because the way the builders had left it was we were finding rubble and glass and God knows what in the soil that they'd left, basically. Because they weren't doing the grass, they thought, you know what, why should we make it look nice? So that could have been very, very dangerous for Sadie. What else has gone wrong, basically? What doesn't make sense to me is they said we can't decorate the house for 12 months, as in like papering and wallpapering and painting and stuff like that. But they've painted. So it really baffles me why we can't paint. Or is it just like you can't wallpaper because it's not going to stick? Because obviously the house is going to shrink or expand. One of them, because of all the water in it. So we're going to have like cracks and stuff. However, I didn't listen to that. I haven't painted or wallpapered anything. I've only painted the bathrooms because they were bothering me. Obviously you saw on the first video, it is white tile against magnolia. No. No. Can't deal with 12 months of that. No, I can't do it. The only issue we've had, really, is obviously, because we're a new build, our address does not exist on all the national databases. So when we've tried to order things, they can't find us. When we have to go and get a post, we have to go to the mailbox every time. Also, what else has gone wrong? I think that's it, really. Flooring was a big dramatic thing because, oh yeah, that's gone wrong. That's gone wrong, yeah. When we were first looking at the house, the complex was quoting us £4,500 to £5,000 to floor the whole house. Bear in mind, it's only 2 bed, 3 bathrooms, 1 kitchen, 1 diner. There's not much to floor, really. So we've gone to a company and they have floored the whole house with for £2,000 and fitting, which is nowhere near 4,500 to 5, nowhere near. And we've had carpet, vinyl, laminate. How is that anywhere close to 4,500, 5,000? You tell me. That's just a 2 bed. Could you imagine like the 5 beds and stuff like that? We've had to have the wiring redone because on the sockets, I'll show you when we actually do a house tour, but on the sockets there is 3 different outputs. There's, I think, is it radio, satellite and something else, but they tried to make it all that fancy, but they've put it all into one wire, so when you try and connect the TV, the signal is shocking. So basically there was no signal. So we've had a man that I've known for years and years, since I was little, come and do my aerials. He has basically had to rewire the whole house. They didn't even, in the attic where the wires meet, they didn't put an aerial and they didn't put an amplifier. What are we meant to do with a bundle of wires? What are we meant to do? So, hundreds of pounds later, my house had to be rewired. Brand new build. We were thinking, obviously, we should have had an older house, but then it would have, the mortgage would have been less, but it would have cost more to redo. Whereas here it's brand new painting, brand new walls, do you know what I mean? Everything's like from scratch. So that's not really an issue, but obviously I think this is the only new build I'm going to buy personally. Yeah, they're a lot smaller than obviously big builds, but because there's only 2 of us, we don't need anything more, really. We don't. We haven't got any kids. I want more dogs, but don't tell Ben. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!